back to an all-new Celebrity Dentist. I'm your host, Garen Smiley. Our contestant has agreed to our Celebrity Dentist Challenge. For a cash prize of $3,000, he'll allow a member of our Celebrity Dream Team to perform a basic dental cleaning on him without any training whatsoever. Are you ready to meet your celebrity? I mean dentist.
Yes, I'm ready. Let's do it. Freddie Prinze Jr. Freddie Prinze Jr.
Hey, audience, you know what time it is. Let's get cleaning!
Hold that for me, would you, come pal? Oh, nice and steady, would you? Oh, all right, here we go. Now we're both done. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna drill till I see China. Hold still, buddy. Gotta shake it like a leaf.
Oh, my. Oh, God! Ooh, that's all the time we have for today. Find out next week if Perry makes it to the semis, only on Celebrity Dentist. Keep it on this channel because the box score starts right now.
I don't know a lot about sports, but I can drink a lot of beer.
My motto is simple: C's get degrees.
Need a long, inappropriate hug? I'm your man.
I think I'm smarter than you, because I probably am.
Howard Coward for box score.
Hello and welcome to the Box Score. I'm Brock in Los Angeles, joined by the Danettes in Milford, Connecticut. Gentlemen, it was a great start to the Stanley Cup final last night with the Blackhawks and a heroic rally and win. Paulie, congratulations. Paulie, if you could, if the playoff game was on the line, what one player in any sport would you give the ball or puck to win you the game?
I mean, I got to take Michael Jordan off the list and go off the board because I don't even think it's close.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. It's not even a fair question unless you knock Jordan out.
I'll tell you, though, Joe Montana's right up there. I don't remember too many Joe Montana failures. And I know that's not really going off the board or anything like that, but he's pretty awesome. You know, Paul Pierce is one of those guys who I've always liked as a player. Seemed like a good guy. He's one of those guys, he wants that ball. I think he did a lot for his image this year, just in those last couple of games, when a guy who you think is, his career's kind of over, he's on his last legs, but just shows that clutch gene you always have, even if you can't jump like you used to.
Paul Pierce, solid player from the University of Kansas. And Inglewood, well, the man who called the playoffs last night, playoff, excuse me, Doc Emrick called in today, and DP asked him about the greatest player to ever shoot the puck.
Just for sheer velocity, probably Zdeno Chara of the Bruins. Not because he's won the shooting contests at the skills competitions, but just because his shot is enormously hard. He's 6'9", 250 pounds, and he can really bring it. So for letting a shot go that scares people and being a big shooter, that would be it. There are so many accuracy shooters and skilled scorers that I've seen over the years. I usually, you know, when asked to name the great players, I always, Gordie Howe comes to mind, so does Bobby Orr, so does Wayne Gretzky and Mario Lemieux. Those are some of the top ones I remember, and they were all scoring players. But it's difficult to pick out just one.
It's always good taking a walk down memory lane, you know. So some of these guys, you know, we may have been too young to remember, or we were like just kids with a vague recollection. I remember collecting hockey cards of guys like Bobby Orr and you know, Bobby Hull and people like that, but I don't have a real strong feeling of, you know, what I remember witnessing as a kid, other than just what I saw on a card or the back of their stats. But hearing the legendary Doc Emrick talk about who had like the best, hardest shot, and taking us through some of the guys that he thought were the greatest in the game, really gets you pumped up for Game 2 on Saturday. And you forget sometimes that you know, he saw like all these things, and what better guy to have on today to recap Game 1 and talk about some of the legends of the game than Doc.
He's the best. Hey, Seton, would you rather be able to fire a hockey puck accurately at 100 miles an hour, drain three-pointers at will, hit moonshots from the plate, or maybe drive a green on a par 4?
I might take, like, being able to play basketball really well and all those, because there's something to me to be said. Like, you can't just have, like, a pickup baseball game. I've never played hockey in my life, so while I really like it, it's like, that's pretty cool. Golf is,
You're not necessarily considered an athlete.
Yeah, but I'm not really. But there's something about walking onto any court anywhere and being like, all right, yeah, I got next, and being able to just jump right in, that I put a lot of value in that.
Well, a guy that ends up with a lot of the greatest shooters, Calipari from Kentucky, called in today, and Dan kept the best shooter ever conversation going with him.
I know they're you know, the Steph Curry and he is unbelievable, but you know, Reggie Miller, come on. I mean, if Reggie got the ball, if your hand was down, it was in. You got to put him, and obviously Larry Bird. People are going to have, you know, well, how many game winners?
Yeah.
You know, do you throw that in there? Like, you know, does Michael come in now? Because when you talk about real shooters, they make shots when the game matters.
You know, it's interesting because Calipari, it's all who you saw growing up. Like, he coached against Reggie Miller when he was the Nets coach. He obviously grew up with Larry Bird. Like, the younger generation, I'll bet you the vote went by age. 18 to 25 are like Curry by far. Our generation is like funny. Larry Bird or Reggie. But, because I got to admit, when Larry Bird was playing, there's nobody better at shooting. There might be equals, maybe. But so I was surprised. I thought Curry would run away with the ball.
But there's some good stuff. Like Reggie and Coach Cal said, like 3-point shooters weren't featured as much as they're featured now. Like if you were a 3-point shooter back in the day, like Steve Kerr, you'd sit on the bench, and then every couple of minutes you'd come in and pop a couple, and then you go back to the bench where your place.
Well, more of a novelty.
Novelty, yeah. But like Bird didn't shoot a lot of threes. He shot a lot of clutch threes.
Yeah.
And Jordan shot no threes. Like his first couple of years, I mean, his first year in the league, he shot 12 3-pointers in 82 games.
But it's funny, we were breaking down what shooter means at the beginning when we were pitching the poll. You still, at the end of the day, you know, he's a better shooter than that guy. I'm a better shooter than you are. Dan's a great shooter. I felt like everything you guys were saying, I'm like, all right, just who's the best shooter? After like a 10-minute rant of why it doesn't work, I just picked out.
Well, those are the best sports radio topics where there's no answer. Yeah. Because it's like a merry-go-round.
It's like the foundation of sports talk radio.
Right.
No unanswerable
like,
questions.
Like DH or no DH. Like you could spend, we spent 15 years on that.
Right.
No DH, by the way.
During the interview, Calipari got a little feisty with Dan today. Now, Paulie, when Krzyzewski comes on, there's a level of snark, but there's a friendship to sort of back it up. When Coach Cal takes shots at Dan, is there a little tension between the two, or is it just out of fun?
It was more like not a performance, because that's not fair, because that means it's fake. That was not fake or scripted in any way. It just went that direction. But I think Calipari is a demonstrative person, and he doesn't speak in quiet tones when he's in an argument. And I think his tone made him sound like he's mad, he's battling. It's like when you play defense, you're not mad at someone, you're just battling. I think it was like a verbal battle back and forth, and it doesn't mean there's anything personal to it.
Well, and Dan, I think he looks at an interview also as a battle, as a contest. He's sort of not against that person, but he's having this little battle to get something out of them or whatever. So I think they look at it the same way.
I think he loves Dan. I think Dan is his favorite interviewer, which is ironic because everyone thinks they're at each other's throat.
Right.
I think he walked away from that and said, man, that was fun.
Oh, McLovin's right. I had 3 different websites, like the Big Lead and a few other websites. They said, was this real? Was this contentious? Is this how it goes? And like, well, if you would listen regularly over the years, it's not that surprising. We weren't blown away if you saw our reaction. We're like, fun.
It's 2 trash talkers on the basketball court.
It
brings
is.
out. Dan loves to get that side out of guys.
It was as heated as ever gotten, but it's not personal. And I know those things usually go together.
Yeah.
So when greatness meets greatness. All right, stay tuned. We are going to be talking about the greatest intern ever on the Dan Patrick Show. You know what interns do here on the Box Score? That's right. They wax and wash my Ram 1500 Eco Diesel. It can climb a hill, haul a trailer, plus it looks like heaven with a little undergrad elbow grease. Hey, you got to earn those 2 credits. Get in there. Wipe the transmission off, for God's sake. This thing's going to be on the Mecum auction. All right, get more facts at ramtrucks.com. Guts, glory, Ram.
Oh, Andy!
You had him.
That's a good move. I'll give it to you.
Jesus.
Welcome back to the Box Score. Fired Dan Patrick Show intern and occasional basketball player Matt Stainbrook joined the show today. Now, McLovin, Matt said that you scoring on him will haunt him till his final breath. I mean, if you had a dime for every time you heard that, am I right?
You mean the ladies might say the same thing back in the mid-'90s? Yeah, I've heard that before, but you know, I really hope I don't cost this kid a shot at the NBA.
Did you put him in the D-League?
Yeah.
It definitely didn't help him.
No.
It definitely did not
Well,
help.
imagine if they choose a team is choosing for their 15th spot between him and somebody else, and they're like, oh, there was that Dan Patrick.
But that guy scored.
thing. So
McLovin scored on him.
how can we possibly explain picking that guy?
And what do you think was the worst part of it for him? You scoring the up and under, or us celebrating like it was Game 7? I've never celebrated
That was a
anything
Game
like
7. That was Game 7.
Hey, Seton, just in the last couple of months, McLovin took down Stainbrook, and of course, Two-A-Days took down the Idol winner, Fabi What's-His-Face. Is it going to be harder to get in-studio guests now that you guys are just a bunch of assassins?
Oh boy, that's interesting because you know, sort of the experiential part of coming to the studio may be shut down a little bit more.
We've had our losses, though. No offense, but Jay Glazer took you down. Kyle Dake took you down.
smoked me.
Fritzy, Kate Upton took you down.
She did.
Yeah, Rodney Harrison took you down.
Rodney Harrison certainly took me down. Yeah, you know, I don't think guests are physically intimidated by the Danettes.
But they dramatically underestimate us, I think. You know, as a group, I think we're extremely. If it's possible to underestimate our athletic ability, people do it.
Oh, Todd Fritz going long on Mitch Williams.
Oh, the wiffle ball.
Yes! Joe Carter on Mitch Williams.
He almost took his head off with that line drive.
Oh, my God.
A lot of precious memories, a lot of victories, mostly defeats. DP got Matt to shake off the past and look towards the future and asked him whether he would want to ride the pine in the NBA or take his talents overseas.
I would say that I'd want to be the last man on the NBA. I think that's, you know, the ultimate goal for pretty much any player. And although I wouldn't be getting a lot of playing time, I think, you know, that culture and, you know, being able to work towards, you know, maybe getting a minute here or there or something like that. You know, I like working towards something. I think I'm a competitor, and I like that the most.
This is a real tough one for me because I would love to live in Europe full time. And that being said, let's say I got $250 a year to play in Florence, Italy, or $500 a year to play for the Charlotte, whatever team they are this week. Or I know you want to be in the NBA, but not playing your sport also sucks. Just sitting on the bench night after night and having to go to practice and just look at the other guys playing, that would bore the hell out of me.
What about the rest of your life, though? You get to say, I was in the NBA. That's a big deal.
Right.
I was in the NFL.
I guess if it's important for you to tell people that, but I would actually like to play in the sport I'm in. Like if you told me I could be an intern on the Dan Patrick Show and sit in the back and do almost nothing, or I could be the lead producer of a mid-level show, I got to have the action a little bit. Like I would like to play in Italy. I know you probably make a lot more money here, but I'd like to play, and plus living in Europe to me is a bonus.
Paulie, a veiled insult to the back row. Hey, Fritzy, if Stainbrook never played basketball professionally, would he still be a regular guest on the show?
I would like to think he would be. I thought.
What would make you think that?
I don't know, because he had a great personality. We have a relationship with him.
Right,
and,
but
how would we tie in?
The guy at the sandwich shop has a great personality. We don't have him on. We've had a lot of people that
What would make you think that?
Like, remember we had a kid named Bo Hart on the show. Bo Hart was brought up from the minors. He was a friend of ours.
Yeah. And
Bo Hart went on to the St. Louis Cardinals, and he was on weekly for about an 8-week stretch, and he became this phenom with the Cardinals in 02, 03. He's a good friend of ours, Dan's. And once his career ended just a year later, we've never had him back on the show.
I guess
I keep in touch with Bo.
I guess I'd hope we'd somehow taper off, and then instead of just cutting him off cold turkey, you know, you're like discarding him like a useless
We did put Landon Donovan on today just because he's a friend of the show. He's not doing anything.
Fair enough. Yeah, he's retired. Just sits.
Although Matt Stainbrook had the same career.
Yeah. No, I was going to say, is Matt Stainbrook the Landon Donovan of the NBA?
He's the Landon Donovan of 2010's Xavier basketball.
Xavier basketball,
which is a big, it's a big niche for us. Xavier basketball. Looking back, I mean, we cover Xavier basketball scene. We always have.
We break it down.
All right, Matt Stainbrook, of course, front runner for a DP Show Breakout Guest of the Year. Stay with us. It is a selfish version of Know Your Row.
Yes,
on the very popular box score, Dan, follows this show.
Yeah.
We do a thing called Know Your Row.
Yeah.
And it is always pretty shocking that Todd knows absolutely nothing about the rest of us.
I hate those questions like what's his real name or what's his last name. I hate that stuff. Really.
Heavy stuff.
We're back here on the box score. Guys, we like to play a game around here where we ask you questions and your row partner is supposed to figure out what you said. But we figured out there's a lot of times where you guys don't even know what you said. Sounds like it's a perfect time to play.
No! Your
Self. That's right. We're playing a game called Know Yourself, where you'll be answering
Know
questions
thyself.
about yourself. Today's question will be, what is your biggest superstition? We'll start with the back row. Fritzy, what is your biggest superstition?
My biggest superstition. And this was something I previously answered.
And this is about you.
I can tell you that you might be the only person here who doesn't know what it is if you're thinking this long about it.
My biggest superstition is...
Fritzy knows less about himself than anybody.
I think my biggest, if it was a work-related thing, I would say writing in my crazy little notebook ahead of time the guest that's going to be coming on and feeling like I'm going to jinx it and end up canceling.
I'm going to guess that it's setting up all your little dolls and figurines during Broncos games.
That's a very good one.
Is it scribbling down things in your notebook?
My biggest superstition is Broncos related. When I'm watching my favorite team in a sporting event, I've got to wear a certain type of jersey and Zubaz pants and anything and everything for the Broncos, for example. I've got to have as many orange and blue things with horses and logos on it. So that's by far my biggest superstition. If they're going to win, I need to be in my Broncos gear. I have a lot to learn about myself. That was a very excellent guess by them. I don't even recall saying any of that. And that's
Are you saying you didn't say it?
I know. Well,
apparently, allegedly, I said this.
But I don't remember giving that answer. But I was thinking that putting a name down in my in the guest list book before that person actually
You know what you did?
gets
That you
on
went
and-
work related. You shouldn't have just left it out in the open.
All right, front row. Paulie, what is your biggest superstition?
I have two. I don't eat the crust on my pizza, and I put my socks on left to right and my shoes on left to right.
Okay,
I think it's shoes. It's not the.
Is it the remote?
It's not the remote.
I think it's the remote.
That's a comforting thing.
But
That's
is that a super? Not eating the crust, is that a superstition? Or you just don't like the crust?
superstition. I think it's bad luck.
You think eating the crust of your pizza is bad luck?
I'll explain. It's a long story. It's
All right,
really
well, let's get
not
to
that
it. Was it
interesting.
not eating the crust?
No, it's not. That's
I would
not my
say that
answer,
my
Brock.
biggest-
Hold on.
Oh.
It's socks.
All right,
Hold on,
socks
buddy.
is either one.
It's left sock, left shoe, right shoe.
Okay, is it left sock, left shoe, right shoe, whatever the hell that was?
I would say that my biggest superstition is putting my left shoe on, then my right shoe on. I always do that, but I'm not going to answer that for this contest because Seton will never guess that. I'm going to say having the remote for DirecTV at a flush 90-degree level against the instant replay machine during the show.
Right, so I gave you my real superstition.
So far, this is my best Know Your Row ever. 'Cause I'm 2 for 2. I'm 2 for 2. This is amazing.
All right, back row.
Andrew.
McLovin, what is your biggest superstition?
Seton, you have any idea?
It's probably involving something with Dan.
I seem to remember the day we shot this, there's a giant ladder on the side of the man cave.
Oh, you don't walk
And when
under
you walk to
ladders?
lunch, I think I went, just because you guys remember that ladder that was out there all the time?
Freaked you out.
I think that I didn't want to walk under that ladder.
Can we guess? Can we
Yeah,
guess?
if anybody else has a better guess.
How about never tucking your shirts in fully ever? Is that a superstition? Not a superstition?
I think it's something Dan related.
I think it's like either a broken mirror or ladder.
Was
But I'll
it the
say
ladder?
Wow. Oh, my biggest superstition is don't walk underneath a ladder. I tend not to use ladders in general either.
Yes. Good answer. It's exactly, because I remember, they were doing something on the side of the building right over here. They just...
When you're tall, too. I mean, you shouldn't...
You shouldn't generally be walking under a ladder.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just crazy.
It's in the
That's
way.
crazy.
If you gotta
All
go
right.
across the street.
And finally, to the front row, Seton, what is your biggest superstition?
Oh, man. I don't really know, to be honest with you. But I think I only have one. And that's usually like if I'm watching a game somewhere and I have my feet up and my team's doing well, I have to keep my feet up. Or if I go into the kitchen and somebody hits a home run, I'm probably going to stay in the kitchen for the rest of the game and not come back out. I do those kind of things.
Yeah, was it staying in the same position during a game?
I always think twice before I kill a spider. So I think you're supposed to get like a bunch of bad luck if you kill a spider. Isn't that right? Isn't that one of those? I don't think you're supposed to kill spiders. And so, because you get like 7 years of bad luck or something. That's nonsense. That's something hung over from my son or something. Where I'm like, oh, buddy, you can't
6.5 to
do
7.
that.
Have you guys ever heard that? You get 7 years of bad luck for killing
Isn't that breaking a mirror?
Breaking a mirror.
I think you're not supposed to not kill ladybugs is like a bad thing to do.
I never heard that either.
How about all animals?
Yeah, you shouldn't. Well, I'll kill a little bug or
Dude, if you don't start...
if something's in my house that doesn't work.
Hold on a second. No, you'll get your wife to come kill that bug.
I would ask if she's not around, then I guess I have to. But even then, I usually spray it and kind of confuse it first.
Have you noticed?
And then I'll pick it up.
By the way, my kids now make me take a bug and wrap it and then put it outside.
Yes.
And I don't mind. I kind of like it.
Yeah.
I told you guys that story that my 3-year-old was looking at this ant. She goes, Daddy, look, it's an ant carrying a leaf.
And you went, Pew.
She stands up, stomps it as hard as she can.
What?
I was like, well, honey.
Hammer.
Hey.
Yeah.
Natural selection.
All right, well, let's wrap it up and stomp this thing in the face there. Back row, congratulations, you have won. We are taking a break here on the box score to remind you that the Ram Heavy Duty, with its best-in-class towing, torque, and horsepower, it doesn't need one. Goes on and on. It knows itself. Ask a question about you. Hey, can you out-tow the other trucks? Yes. Are you better than the other trucks? Yes. You look awesome in a greenish-black hue? Yes. Get more facts at ramtrucks.com. Guts, glory, Ram.
I'll play the role of Kobe, and you show me at the Jewish Community Center when you took him down.
You call plays and pick up?
Yeah. I thought it was a jumper.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Come on. So I'm Kobe. Hey, come on, punk.
This ain't Duke, North Carolina. This ain't Simon Gratz High School.
Whoa, you watch your mouth.
I played JV at Dartmouth. Bang.
I played JV.
Oinka ball.
I gotta get a hold of this.
Count it. All right, we're closing up shop here at the Box Score Bar. Congratulations. There is a new best friend club, and it is Perloff and Kobe. I mean, Andrew, did your Twitter heart skip a beat when he tweeted you back? Have you blocked him? What's going on?
Sitting there at 10:30 last night, watching TV, and I look at my phone, get a buzz. Kobe Bryant, haha, LMHS.
That's so great.
I was like, what? Then immediately,
Dude.
5 minutes, I retweeted, 5 minutes later, Paulie goes, Kobe. Nice.
It's amazing.
That was cool.
That was really
So
awesome.
great.
I was
Seton,
totally
what
psyched.
are the chances that Kobe would recognize Perloff if they ran into each other out in public?
I'll say yes.
I would say it's better than you think, because Kobe definitely watches the show. And we know that because of his Passion Bucket reference that he did on his own. Like, we didn't call him and be like, hey, dude, can you say Passion Bucket sometime? He was just one day, somebody sent us the audio where we're like, holy crap, Kobe just said Passion Bucket. So I don't know that he would go up to you and be like, yo, what's up, McLovin? How you doing, dude? No. But if you're like, hey, I'm, McLovin from the Dave Hatch, he'd be like, oh, yeah, what's up? You can totally get that.
He's got a good feeling. He likes Dan a lot, you can tell, too.
Which felt better, though, when Kobe said that last night or when we left that party in New Orleans Super Bowl, we're on the corner talking to some football players, and Donovan McNabb of the Eagles walks up and goes, hey, McLovin!
Oh, my God.
I almost collapsed in that corner. I've never seen you that happy.
Yeah, it was weird. I can't believe he knew.
He totally knew. It wasn't
last year I had another long talk with Donovan on it. He watches the show every day. He's watching right now. He's a Box Score fan. He says there's too much DJ in this sketch.
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
That's a little harsh.
He's like,
Behind the
whatever
scenes.
happened to Mike Norris?
Yeah, he's like, get Mike Norris. Where's Brock Squatch? He says that all the time. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
like,
Well,
why'd
he's
you throw
not
up
the
in the
only
Super Bowl?
Donovan
Let's
on
keep
the
things
planet.
in
There's another
Norris.
Donovan. It
Mike
was
Norris.
Landon Donovan, Paulie, your superstar friend, and a cover boy to that lunchbox. He disagreed with your point yesterday that you said FIFA arrest make it the most significant moment or impactful moment in American soccer, but he said his 2010 goal was more impactful. Does your bestie have it wrong?
Shocking. He wasn't humble. Yeah, it was a pretty good answer by Landon. I'm glad he didn't give a faux answer and actually said, like, hey, my goal was more important or more impactful. But it was good to have him on. The funny thing is, I didn't think about asking him to come on because I didn't think he would touch the topic. And he texted me last night and he said, he made like a FIFA joke, and I made a FIFA joke. And then he goes, how come you guys haven't asked me to come on and talk about this Sepp Blatter stuff in FIFA? And I said, I honestly thought you would refuse because it's kind of dicey. He goes, love to, let's do it. I said, how about Friday? He goes, how about tomorrow? The stories might get a little old. I actually respected him. I respected him for saying that. Yeah. And that was about it.
It's funny that he never I never thought, like, oh, let's get Landon, because I didn't think you would.
I thought the answer would be no. Maybe I just didn't think about it.
Yeah.
Ace Seton is close with, of course, Hatebreed's Jamie Josta, and Paulie has Landon, and now McLovin has Kobe. I mean, you're out in the cold there, Fritzy. Are you a little jealous here?
Not jealous. It would be nice to have,
out in the cold.
It'd be nice to have a little.
Every supermodel that's ever walked into the studio goes immediately to Todd Fritz to give him a kiss and a hug.
And do any
about out in the cold?
Do any of us have A-list stars making a bar mitzvah video for their son?
That's true.
Yeah, I know. Nancy O'Dell giving him a big hug and kiss in L.A. going, oh, and by the way, is the video okay? Did that work?
Todd is working more angles with celebrities, Brock, than you would ever know.
I am.
He's a quiet assassin.
Yeah, I'm very busy with my special project.
All right, the silent assassin. Get chatty about who's on tomorrow, please.
John Barry will join us from the mothership. He's handling pre and halftime and post-game duties for ESPN Radio. Help us recap Game 1 of the NBA Finals. We'll also talk to Brad Richards, center of the Blackhawks, to recap their big Game 1 comeback and look ahead to Game 2 in Tampa before it heads to his home in Chicago.
Fantastic. Thank you, gentlemen. We are back tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern right here on Audience Channel 239. The podcast is available on iTunes or at podcast1.com. To my band, stand back.
I don't know a lot about sports, but I can drink a lot of beer.
My motto is simple. C's get degrees.
Need a long, inappropriate hug? I'm your man.
I think I'm smarter than you, because I probably am.
Hey, thanks for watching the box score. Holy cow!